The Fulton County District Attorney's Office has indicted 26 people they say carried out a series of high-profile robberies at celebrities' homes. The 220-page indictment alleges that most people named were part of a gang involved in a series of home invasions and burglaries targeting both celebrity and non-celebrity homes in metro Atlanta. Singer Mariah Carey, Real Housewives of Atlanta star Marlo Hampton, Falcon star Calvin Ridley, Atlanta United star Brad Guzman were four of the alleged victims. Warrants say the gang members scouted properties possibly based on their social media presence and targeted affluent homes. The robberies first began in 2017. Now let's go to the recent press conference from Fani Willis, who is the Fulton County District Attorney.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. Today is another great day in Fulton County, another great day of crime fighting. We are here today to just let the public know that we are continuing our mission to target gangs, as we believe it is our number one public safety deterrent.
Number one. You hear that, active gang members? They're coming for you. Number one.
Crisis that we're in. What today's indictment is about is the Drug Rich Gang, which is a hybrid gang, and it started back in 2016. That's how far we can document this gang existing. We know that it is a gang that primarily actually exists out of DeKalb County, the Stone Mountain and the Tucker area. But as we know, crime and criminals have no boundaries, and they found their way into my county, Fulton County. I have a message today that you will hear repeated time and time again. If you thought Fulton was a good county to bring your crime to bring your violence to, you are wrong, and you are going to suffer consequences. And today...
You hear that? You hear that? Los Angeles and California in general need to take note from this woman, because shit is getting out of control, and our stupid officials here in California are all soft on crime, so criminals know they can come to California, commit a serious crime, then be out by Monday.
This gang, as I mentioned, is a hybrid gang. It does include members of the Gangster Disciples, the Crips, and the Bloods. We know that here in Atlanta, Georgia, that hybrid gangs are something that we regularly see. We know that this gang does have some identifiers that connects it together. They use things like prescription bottles and money symbols, and this is in their jewelry and their tattoos, and we see that present here. We have identifiers identifying this.
This is in their jewelry and their tattoos. Everybody snitching on each other. Just snitching on yourselves. Just...
gang. But that's not the problem, that people collected together or they decided to use symbols. It's what they did once they joined together. What this indictment represents is 16 different victims in our county, 16 different incidents of violence, and 26 defendants. They committed crime everywhere from the south to the north of my county,
Lock 'em up,
which included Union City, Atlanta, and Sandy Springs. The earliest crime committed that is captured in this indictment is a 2018 carjacking.
So see, you think you're doing shit right now, getting away with it. You know, all you idiots who want to loot 7-Elevens all on camera and things like that. You want to commit crimes and you think you're scot-free. A few months have passed, a year's even passed, a couple of years have passed, and you think you're scot-free. No. See, if there's one thing the feds and the police have, is time. And see, you're probably just racking up a bunch of other crimes right now, charges, and you don't even realize that in 2026 your dumb ass is gonna end up spending the rest of your life in jail for something you did back in 2019. Think about that. You think you got away, but nah, they got time. They got time today.
The latest was committed just this month. We are aware that crimes have occurred in other jurisdictions, but what this indictment primarily covers are the 16 crimes that committed here in Fulton County. The victims, they do not discriminate, but what they did do is target people who show their wealth on social media.
You hear that, civilian? You hear that, rapper? You hear that, people? They're targeting those who show their wealth online. That's why I don't do any of that shit. I ain't taking pictures in front of my cars. I'm not wearing a bunch of jewelry. I'm not showing you what I got. Because niggas are watching that. And they are taking note. And they will rob your ass. That's what niggas do. Niggas rob you. And these are niggas who are robbing people because the dummies are showing off all their wealth online.
So I do have a message for the public where it is kind of fun to put your things on social media and show off. Unfortunately, these gangs are becoming more savvy, more sophisticated in the way that they target you.
Listen.
And this is a way that we know that they targeted these individuals. And it's because of these great detectives' work where they were able to show that they were following these individuals and using it to their advantage.
First of all, I want to thank the police officers involved in this. I've never been a F the police guy. I've always respected police. I believe most police are good. Yes, there are shitty police. There are horrible police that make the whole force look bad. But I truly believe that 9 out of 10 police officers, when they walk out the door in the morning, they are walking out with good intentions, and they're walking out because they want to make a change and they want to make a difference. Very few police, yes, there are some out there, don't get me wrong, very few police walk out of their door in the morning and say, you know what, I want to beat me an N-word today. That's right, I'm going to beat me an N-word today. Just for no apparent reason. I'm going to shoot him in the back. No, I don't. It's a very, very small percentage. But I do want to thank these police officers and the police officers out there who are keeping our community safe. I'm 45 years old. I'm siding with the cops. I'm not siding with anybody else but the cops. I want the cops to be successful in this because you know what? If the cops aren't successful, I can't walk down the damn street comfortably. If police aren't successful at what they do, my son can't walk down the street comfortably. If police aren't successful at what they do, my wife can't walk down the street comfortably without having to worry about getting robbed by a nigga. So thank you to the police out there who are doing their job in getting crime off the street.
Some of the celebrity victims included Calvin Ridley, who is a loved member of our Falcons, Brad Guzan, who is a loved member of the Atlanta United team, Marlo Hampton, who is on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and Brittany Mealy, who is the mother of Future's child. All very well-known celebrities who have decided to take residence right.
Mariah Carey, allegedly as well. Just know you ain't safe. It doesn't matter how many millions of dollars you have, how much security you have. Motherfuckers are watching.
Here in Metro Atlanta, because this is a great place to live and we cannot tolerate this. But don't be fooled. This indictment also covers other individuals who are.
By the way, I wouldn't move to Atlanta. No offense to Atlanta, but I wouldn't move to Atlanta if you bought me a house there. And I know people say that about California, so I can't shit. Like, I live in California. First of all, I'm not leaving. It's hard to leave California. It's so beautiful here. But aside from stepping on homeless shit every 17 feet, it's a beautiful place to live. We have beaches, we have mountains, we have deserts, we have palm trees and beautiful weather, 72 degrees average throughout the year. But see, that's what people, and then you got people that come to California and they see that. They see the beauty of it and they get lost in the sauce of the beauty of California. And that's why a lot of people, it sucks, but a lot of people are getting robbed and getting their lives taken in Los Angeles specifically because you come here and it's beautiful. We have beautiful women. We have beautiful weather. We have beautiful scenery. It's beautiful. Like I said, aside from stepping on homeless throw up every, 11 yards, it's a great place to live. And outsiders come with their jewelry and their flashiness and this and this and that, and they get lost, man. Don't bring a Sprinter van to Los Angeles. Can we just don't bring a Sprinter van to Los Angeles. If you are famous, if you are whatever celebrity, don't bring a Sprinter van to Los Angeles. That's all I'm gonna say on that, because those are easy targets. Like, nobody in LA besides out of towners, usually out of towners with a little bit of money, drive Sprinter vans. So I would say just don't. Just don't. Just my piece of advice, and leave all your jewelry at home. Blend in. Why are you trying to get the most expensive car? Don't go to the lot. Don't go to the exotic car lot and get the most expensive flashy car because you think I'm in LA. I need to flash. I need to pull up to that restaurant in this rented Lamborghini that I rented $4,000 a day on. Just don't do it. You're a target. And right now people are hungry and they are watching you. Okay, the person who works at that restaurant that you pull up in your fancy Lamborghini, the motherfucker the janitor of that, whoever cleans the bathrooms, he's texting his homeboy, hey, guess who just pulled up, dog? Come get him. Okay, you pull up to that fancy hotel in Los Angeles and your rented Lamborghini and your flashy jewelry. You walk up to the counter and you talk to the lady who gives you the key to your room and this and that. You think, oh, she's a sweet little lady. She would never. She's texting her homeboy and saying, he's at the DoubleTree. Come get him. When I'm out of town, I rent the cheapest looking economy car, bro. I'm not trying to flash. And I could upgrade, like if I could upgrade as high as I wanted to. But no, I'll take economy. Yes, I'll take the okay, cool. The GL Metro, thank you. 2023 GL Metro it is. Does it at least have a CD player? No? All right, well, backup camera? No, nothing, just basic. All right, well, you know what? I'll take it. I'll take it with my basic ass because I'm trying to blend in. But back to the Fulton County District Attorney letting niggas know, don't bring that shit to her area.
Were not as famous, but also had their wealth on social media. Lots of social media influencers. The incidences that are in here is, thank God we don't have a murder, but we have kidnapping, we have armed robberies, we have shootings, and we have home invasions. Very violent crimes, things that cannot be allowed in our county, and all done.
Imagine you're chilling at home. Just got out of the shower. Wife is downstairs making dinner. She puts the plates on the table. Got your kids downstairs hanging out. You guys say your prayers. You start eating dinner. Put something on and some music in the background, a little jazz or something. You're about 3 bites in to your pork chops and broccoli and mashed potatoes. Your wife made some bomb mashed potatoes that night. You love her mashed potatoes, don't you? You're 3 bites into that. And boom, somebody kicks in your door. 3 masked men enter. Put you, your wife, your kids, all at gunpoint on the ground, tie them up. Say, give me everything you got. Pistol whip you. This goes down every single day in America. If you live in a big city, hell, even in a small city, this goes down. And this is what these people were doing. And this is why they should be in jail. It is a very, very violent thing to come to where someone rests their head, lays their head with their family, kick down their door, and put guns to their face, and pistol whip them, and steal their things. That is a very violent thing. So for anybody out there, oh my God, that's wrong. They shouldn't be. These guys are angels. They're innocents. I'm sure their moms are all saying, oh, my son would never do nothing like this. Black moms love saying their son won't do shit. Yes, your son will. And yes, your son did, ma'am. Your son went into that person's house and hit him 4 times over the head with his 40 Glock. Yep, hit the little kid too. The little 12-year-old who's just crying. He says, shut up, nigga, and hit him. Yeah, that's what happens. So yes, your little son, Malik or whoever, he's a piece of shit, man. And he needs to be locked up. All you soft on crime assholes, oh, they should only give him 2 weeks and fuck out of here. Because if this happens to you, you would want those motherfuckers spending as much time behind bars as possible. Yes, you listening right now. Don't even fucking lie to me, you hypocrite. Let's keep going.
again at the hands of crime, at the hands of gangs. What I want the public to see today is a collaboration of law enforcement, because as they have gotten more savvy, so have we. And so what you have is a collaboration of the Atlanta Police Department, the Union City Police Department, the United States Attorney's Office is here today, the Fulton County Sheriff, the Marshals, and the Fulton County District Attorney's Office.
They're like Transformers coming to get you, nigga. Listen, right now, she just named a bunch of police forces and things that aren't even in the same county, the same city, but they all came together for you, my nigga, to get you. They came together like a Voltron. Motherfucking arms and legs and shit. For you.
We are working together. We are working collaboratively. And we have a message. And that is, get out of this county or expect to start seeing sentences that go life plus.
Oh!
Because I am not going to negotiate.
Listen, if you ain't been paying attention to shit she's been saying for the past few minutes, listen to this part, nigga.
With gang members, I am not going to allow pleas. We are going to find you. We are going to convince you. And we're going to send you to the prison for the rest of your days. And I'm not apologizing.
The rest of your days. And let me let her finish this. She says she ain't apologizing.
Apologizing for that.
Did you hear that, my nigga? She said she will put you behind bars for the rest of your natural days. They are not playing down there. You know why? Because a lot of niggas from LA and California and all these places moved to Atlanta and fucked that place up, dude. Atlanta, look, let's keep it real. Look, Atlanta's a beautiful place, I'm sure. I've been just to the airport, but flew out right away. Haven't really got a chance, but Atlanta used to be a much better place, crime-wise and a lot of other thing-wise. It was a much better place until everybody and their mama said, oh, they got cheap houses down in Atlanta. It's the black mecca of music. Is this, is that. So then all the niggas moved down to Atlanta. And here we are. And now Atlanta has to do what California did back in 1994 with the crime bills. Thanks to your current Vice President and President of the United States, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. Thanks to them, most, notably. See, back in 1992-93, California, Los Angeles specifically, I was alive. I was a teenager. I was alive to know what was going on. And it was a war zone, an unpredictable war zone for civilians. Of course, for gangsters, they're in the life, but for civilians, it was a war zone. We had to watch where we walked. We had to go down separate streets. We couldn't go down this. We had to go like damn near half a mile detour just so we don't go down certain blocks. And like, you don't understand. If you see look, crime is bad now. Shit's bad now, but it was nothing like it was in 92, 93. Look up the stats. It's not even close to what it was in 1992, 93. I'm saying that to say this. Government's like, look, shit's out of control. The streets are out of control. Niggas are out of control. So what do we have? What can we do? So they're sitting back thinking, what can we do? What can we do? Well, let's just 3 strikes. And if third strike, they get caught for stealing a Kit Kat. Oh, well, you're going to jail for the rest of your life. See, the streets were being drastic, so the laws had to become drastic to combat that. And that's exactly what's happening now in Atlanta. Hence the 94 crime bill. Hence all these three strikes laws. There's niggas just getting out of jail right now in 2022 because they stole a lemon pie back in 1997. Let that sink in. They're not playing. You think you have the upper hand, niggas, because, oh, yeah, I can get away with this, and, oh, I'll be out in a few months. Okay, all right. Maybe this time. But next time, they're coming for your ass. And you think what you did back in 2018 is all swept under the rug? There's no way they can get me for that, man. Ask Young Thug how he's feeling about some of the dumb shit he's been doing since 2015. They had them tapped since 2015. They got these guys tapped since 2017. And I guarantee they have your dumbass tapped for everything you're doing right now. That Instagram post that you made. Huh? Let's continue.
Any questions?
I'm going to just kind of let this ride. They got some questions, but I want you guys to pay attention to this shit. I'm going to let this ride. She's going to answer some questions from the audience.
As it happens, I live in the part of DeKalb County that drug risk is sort of covered. I live in Pine Lake. And you mentioned a drug-rich hect who's Stinny in the indictment, who, as I understand it, just got out of jail or prison. He's living with his mom on
Drug-rich Stimmy. So I guess that's one of the guys from the drug-rich gang in Atlanta that they got. And he has drug rich in his name. Drug rich. How stupid. Let's think about this for a second. Drug rich. It says it in the name. Might as well. It's like another rapper rapper's name. I kill niggas. Like, it's in the name. God. So they got drug rich, whatever his name is. Remy.
How much cooperation? Because I can't help but notice that DeKalb County isn't standing behind you right now. But I know that they're accused of crimes in DeKalb County. Is there collaboration happening between Fulton and DeKalb County with regard to the investigation of this gang?
I have a relationship with the district attorney in DeKalb. I cannot say we specifically collaborated on this incident. I will say that we know that this gang has also committed crimes in Cobb, in Fayette, in a lot of the surrounding jurisdictions, and they have been at the table as we have developed these crimes. In fact, I'm aware that the Gwinnett district attorney does have an indictment against some of these same members, and she has sent part of her staff to be at the table.
Talk about how this came down. You talked about the detectives kind of bringing this forward. What was the beginning of this? How did this, all these things have been happening, but how did you all put it together, and what was kind of the beginning part of this investigation?
I have to give credit to the Sandy Springs Police Department. They were able to really pay attention, to really go back and track and see that these people were tracking people on social media. Obviously,
social media. Guy said, how did you solve this case? How did you guys solve this? How did you guys make this happen? And within 10 seconds, she said social media. Are you paying attention to that? All you dummies who are posting your guns on social media, selling perk 30s on social media, beating people up on social media, filming other people doing crimes on social media, filming graffiti on social media. Within 10 seconds, the reporter asked, how did you solve this? How did you do this? And within 10 seconds, she mentioned social media.
First crime where you realize that there is a trend, but they pretty quickly did that. I have a great relationship with the chief in Sandy Springs, Kenneth DeSimone. We began talking. I began sending assistant district attorneys out there as we developed this, and they were really the foundation and the work. But as always, you know that I love our acting chief in Atlanta, Shearbaum. He was automatically willing to get involved and to do their part and to develop this. And so people just came together and developed this. But the foundation and the start, as you asked, was really through just great detective work.
What year?
Social media!
Yes, but we do have crimes going back in this indictment to 2018, because once that research was done, we saw that there were crimes going back to 2018.
Almost 5 years. Think about that for a second. Think about, let's say tomorrow you decide to give everything up, get out of the game. Find a lovely lady, you love her enough to ask her to marry you. Hey, both of you guys have a kid or two, right? And then in 2027, 5 years from now, you're all sitting at the dinner table. You've long given up the life. Long given up that life. In 2027, you get a knock on your door from the police. and they're saying, yeah, did you used to go by Drug Rich Happy Panky? Yes, sir, but I have not been Drug Rich Hanky Panky in a very long time. As you can see, I talk differently now. Well, sir, we have records of you back in 2022 busting into somebody's house, pistol whipping the wife, pistol whipping the son, pistol whipping everybody in there, stealing everything, running off. But, sir, I am a good man now. I will. Doesn't matter. Come with us. And you're part of this. 5 years later. So just think about that. Think about it's 2022 and you did something back in 2017. Your statute of limitations on a lot of the shit you are doing ain't up yet. It's the reality. Let's continue.
We also have this gang documented going as far back as 2016. As George Chidi just pointed out, this is a gang that primarily operates in DeKalb. And so I can honestly tell you, when they first brought this to me, I said, this is not one that I'm familiar with. We don't hear about them a lot. And then we began to realize that's because most of the work they had put in, and I use work in the slang term, most of the crime that they were doing was out of DeKalb County, but they decided to cross the county lines, and that's going to be detrimental to them.
I love this sister. I love her a lot. I wish we had more of her across the country. I love this sister.
So the indictment mentions lyrics from a couple of videos.
It does.
And you were going through the lyrics.
Anybody got a picture of her from like maybe 20 years ago? You could share with me in the community section or DM me on the IG. I'm just trying to see some. I mean, because she fly right now. She a little fly. She kind of fly. But I could imagine when she was looking on and torn. I can keep a steady head. Let me keep going.
Congressman is proposed legislation to limit use of rap lyrics in prosecution. Do you have thoughts about that?
I think that I would welcome an opportunity to sit down with Hank Aaron and discuss.
Rap lyrics. Pay close attention, rappers. Who think you could say anything you want in the song and not get in trouble for it? And that they're not piecing all this shit together, you dumbass.
Proposed legislation. I don't think that it will be successful. I think if you decide to admit your crimes over a beat, I'm going to use it.
If you decide to admit to a crime over a beat, she says she's going to use it.
That before with previous gang member arrests. What are your specific responses to criticism that you're specifically targeting Atlanta's hip hop community through these lyrics?
I'm not targeting anyone, but however, you do not get to commit crimes in my county and then decide to brag on it, which you do that for a form of intimidation and to further the gang and not be held responsible. One of the lyrics used in this indictment, just one of the lyrics, is me and my crew striking in all black. Send me the drop, we'll kick in the house. If we steal a car, we're gonna take off the tag. Well, they're kicking indoors, committing home invasions, and now I'm using those lyrics that they're admitting to doing that. I'm gonna continue to do that. People can continue to be angry about it. I have some legal advice. Don't confess to crimes on rap lyrics if you do not want them used, or at least get out of my county.
I love this sister. I had to go with the horrible applause on my mixer. Let's do that again. Or get out of my county.
The first one related to this indictment. It sounds like when it comes to investigation, not that the days of people being followed home from a restaurant or something like that aren't still happening, but it sounds like it's as simple as somebody posts, hey, I got this new chain, I got this new car, and these guys are just sitting back. Well, can you kind of just take us through that process?
I have a very good example of that. Marlo Hampton is a star on Atlanta Housewives. That's a show. It's Atlanta, so I like it and I watch it, and I'm a fan of hers. One of the things she does, though, is at one point she has the news media in her home. And during that interview, she shows you how to enter the house, where things are within her closet. She then becomes a victim. That's not wise to do. You should be able to show you've worked hard, you have some success, people are interested in you. You should be able to show.
They're given step by step. I mean, these criminals are smart. You heard that, right?
That, but it's not a wise thing to do, because you're exactly right. Now what they're doing is they're looking on social media and they are seeing, are there things here that we would like to get? One of the things the investigators realized is they're immediately going to closets. They're immediately going to bedrooms. They know where these high-end items are and they are seeking to get them. And so it's just not wise to do. And you're right, they have become more sophisticated. But luckily they give us good evidence because we're able to track them as they are tracking other individuals. But my message to the public is please stop doing that.
Are most of these home invasions, or are they burglaries and they don't care if they're home, or because there's obviously a big difference between burglary and home invasion?
They're actually both. Sometimes the victim, like Mariah Carey, was not home at the time, right? So it becomes a burglary. In other times, unfortunately, the victims are home and they don't mind using violence once they enter the home and you're present. So sometimes they are just burglaries. Sometimes they are home invasions. Either way, people's dwellings, their homes, where you feel safe is violated and things are taken. But unfortunately, in some occasions, people are targeted and really harmed. In one of these cases, we had a 16-year-old child in the shower and she was taken downstairs by force.
You hear that? What if that was your daughter, your 16-year-old daughter who was in the shower? And some thugs, possibly with the name Young in front of it, a young thug, breaks into your house, puts your 16-year-old daughter at gunpoint, forces her downstairs, naked. Oh, but you want to be soft on crime for people like this? Well, I don't.
You know, an incident as a mom, I cannot imagine having to have gone through and suffered. Yes, sir.
We have the YSL legal indictment earlier this year. Now we have this legal indictment today that you're presenting today. Will you say that's how you plan to target gangs here in Fulton County, using that RICO statute and keep doing more and more indictments like that?
Where appropriate, that's what I'll use.
One question. You brought up YSL. There's been a lot of developments recently in that. I'm hoping you could address the witness intimidation, where we kind of stand with this. And also, I've just had some conversations, with former and current detectives who believe this is going to cause some type of chilling effect when you're going to start seeing discovery leaked on Instagram. People aren't going to be, cooperating anymore with investigation. So I guess, first off, where are we with Young Thug's case? And then
Here go Young Thug, witness intimidation, update.
I agree with detectives. If this information is listed on social media, it will have chilling effects. We are taking precautions to make sure that that does not happen, that people are protected when they cooperate with the law enforcement and the police, because citizens cooperating is a big part of ridding this from our community. It is the largest part.
Did you hear that? Citizens cooperating is the largest part that they need help in, dude. And it's probably the part where they get the least help in.
Off topic for a moment. Your reaction to Judge McBurney's order this morning that is compelling the governor to testify, but then delaying the testifying until after the election.
I think it's appropriate for witnesses that have information in that investigation to testify.
Today, we are seeing the sentencing in the murder case of Katie Maxey. Another 7-year-old was shot over the weekend. How can you ensure parents, the public?
All right, so now they're just getting into other stuff, so I'm going to just go ahead and end it there.
Both of those cases are the same in that they...
But I'm going to keep this chick on the background. Shout out to that district attorney. I think I'm going to have to use her as my screensaver. Anyway, did you learn something? I hope so. Niggas are snitching left and right. You're talking about you're a real nigga, right? Well, that means if you're ever caught, you're gonna snitch. Because most real niggas snitch. Real niggas will do a crime with you. Then that same real nigga will snitch on you.